What's up, guys? Welcome back to, I believe, episode 15 of the SmokedHam Podcast. I'm your host, SmokedHam, and I'm doing the show solo for today. I'm going to record for probably, I'll go 20 minutes before I do a gaming stream. So, today's topic we're going to talk about is cybersecurity. Why? Well, one of my schools I go to, or attend, was recently hit with a ransomware attack. So, I believe this was yesterday, when it was hit. We received reports, and the thing that triggered me the most was people don't know how severe a ransomware attack is. Like, they don't know how severe it is. They don't know how long it'll take to get everything back up. Like, people thought that they'll be back the next day. I'm like, no. Like, it's not a 1 day thing. People don't realize that's like ransomware. They're attacking you, could be encrypting your data and demanding payments, hence ransom, in return. Now, for ransomware, they don't always, decrypt it. Like, they'll leave it encrypted and get money. They might decrypt some, but not all. Well, it's straight leave it encrypted. Yeah. And I was going through Facebook for my little, township news or whatever. Someone made, like, this little group page or whatever. And this one guy, obviously he's older, but he goes, well, why can't the students just use books? One, books are expensive. Like, yeah, they're expensive, but also easily damageable. Same kind of laptops, everything. But everything nowadays is online. You're in 2022. You're not gonna have textbooks and stuff like that. Yeah, there's still classes that do that. I have classes that still do that. But almost everything's online now. 2022. There's literally electric cars, smart fridges. Now everything is just gonna be paper or books nowadays. And he doesn't realize that he's trying to do this. And then one girl goes, "Well, I had to buzz my son and her daughter. I can't remember, like buzz my child in to get into the school." And the guy goes, well, just have someone outside then. Like, dude, that's not how that freaking works. 2022, a lot of security more hazards than back then. You see, back in then, let's go 80s. Back then, 80s, there wasn't as much, school shootings. Nowadays, there is. There's probably also training out there to what to do in case there is, and there literally is now. And that's the sad part because it becomes more bigger and bigger that people have to be trained to prepare for something like this. That's sad that has to be trained. Well, it's actually good. Like, so students will know, like, hey, this, boom, this is this. Like, they know what to do in case this happens. But it's like, yeah. Now, he was just going on and on about, like, I'm trying to think of something like the internet. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. No phone. I don't want to go into emergency call. That won't be good. All right. Let's go to Facebook. Let's look for the group. Ah, here it is. He goes, why can't the kids open a school book instead of a computer? And a person goes, it affects everything, not just learning, security systems, personal information, because, everything's stored online. Heat and everything, not just about computers. And here's the thing that triggered me. So, get that part. Listen to the heat part. And then, next one was, this hasn't just affected the technology side of the school day, it's also affected the heat in the buildings and the phone lines. This guy goes, old guy, so why don't we put the heat on a manual thermostat and the phone lines don't have to work the whole school? How stupid are you? And then the girl goes, that's not something they can make happen by tomorrow. And then the guy goes, it should never have been an issue that should always have an override. And then she goes again, well, call the ISD or whatever and tell them that. He goes, if they're so smart, they should have known that computers are great when they work, but when they don't always work every time, then what do? And then he also responds to someone else, goes, maybe the Russians hacked us, so now what do we do without a computer? We can't live. It's freaking everything online is nowadays. That's seriously. Not everything is old like that. Times have changed. There's barely any landline nowadays when you're going that way. Like, this dude literally doesn't know. Schools have changed. Computers are everything now. Like, I'm recording this video online. I'm doing this on a computer. Now, what's he using to do it? A phone. Or probably a computer. So, if you do that, hence, kind of be a hypocrite. Not everything has to be on a computer, as to most likely use it on a computer, since technically a phone is a small portable form of a computer. So you're like, okay, you're saying not everything depends on a computer, or you don't need a computer. We're also saying this from a computer. Makes sense, doesn't it? So and then one person goes, I think it was earlier. Someone goes, well, why can't the teacher just teach off a book and not online? It doesn't just fuck. I'm about to cuss because how angry I am. But it doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't just affect teachers teaching, it affects the security system, it affects the heat, everything else. Not just freaking teaching. Like, seriously, come on. Ransomware. Now let's go to the ransomware part. One thing that intrigues me, since I'm a student, I see everyone post on like Snapchat and stuff like, oh, for the hackers, can I change my grade? Like, bro, that's not how that works. One, they don't realize all the stuff that goes into hacking. They don't realize all the stuff that can happen from that. So it's like, okay, you get attacked, or technically a school get attacked. All the information they get could be like social security numbers, address, names, date of birth, pretty much all the stuff that a school would have on file, they have access to, and they don't realize that. So they're over here making jokes and stuff, and you're like, what are you doing? This ain't funny, it's a serious matter, and you're just over here laughing at it. Like, come on, it's not funny. It's not. You know, so I never understood why people do that. It's like, you get the ones laughing, sorry, I had a burp. And so then you get the kids like me who are in a cybersecurity class. We're over here in our heads just saying the F word, fuck, and just like that in our head. And we're like, come on. Because then we'll have to deal with it. Like, we'll have to try to do something to stop it, find a way to fix it possibly, or just like how to prevent some stuff. So people over here having fun. I'm over here like, okay, well, how is it, how do they access? Where does it originate from? And all that stuff. I'm just trying to find that out. And so you can't really do anything to learn or do anything because the school account wise, you should not access anything or do anything. So if I go back to school someday, because I don't know when, like I had no school tomorrow either. So if I go back to school, and I get a teacher saying, why didn't you do any stuff online? I'm not going to do anything online that involves technology after school got hit from ransomware. Technically, the whole ISD that affects 2 counties, I'm not going on since they don't even say go on. I'm not going on anything. I didn't take chances. I don't need a ransomware. I don't think ransomware will travel because I don't think that's how that works. But going from like get attacked from there to a possible attack in my house, yeah, we don't have money for an attack like that. No one does. How what was it, LAUSD, Los Angeles Unified School District, had to pay or almost paid a more than $500,000 ransom because they were hit with an attack. Yeah, it's not funny, and people think it's funny. They think it's a quick thing. I'm like, it's not a quick thing. It's not. It'll take a while because you have to find where it is, find the password to get rid of the ransom, and much more. I kind of hope I wouldn't say this like this, but I kind of like hope it's an easy one, like the person that found out how to stop the WannaCry one. Honestly, because the way the guy stopped it where I can't remember what he was called. I'll look it up. But he was called a hero, but it was like for something he just tried. So with the WannaCry virus, after you got attacked or something, you paid something, it would redirect to a domain. And he knows that, so he does this. He registers that domain for like $5 or $10, and next thing you know, a good chunk of the people who get hit with the WannaCry it just stopped. So you're like, huh, I kind of hope it's like this right now. You kind of like hope it's like this one because if that's the case, find out what the domain is, which is gonna be rare because it's not like all the same. But try to register it and then, you know, possibly stop it or possibly slow it down, the spread. But for me, I probably assume it's originated from Russia, since I feel like they were the ones who doing a few cyber attacks not too long ago. So I have an idea it's come from there. But then some people are going, why would it just attack a school? They'll attack anyone they can make a quick buck from. That's the thing. They know schools because they encrypt everything, pull kids out of school because of it, and they can't do anything. Yeah, they're gonna pay to get everything back online. Or they'll have to pay thousands of dollars for new equipment to replace the ones that were encrypted. You see what I'm getting at? So it's like, you know, it's kind of, yeah. So overall wise, I feel like this was a good topic to talk. Even though I've not even had 20 minutes yet, I've had like 12 minutes and I'm already almost finished what I was gonna say. So yeah, let's see if there's anything else to talk about. I felt the 8 minutes now. Um, I'm trying to think. I'm also like trying to like catch my breath because with me speaking so fast, I'm like losing my breath almost from it. So hold on. Okay, I think I slowly got a little bit. So we had to move our podcast from Sounder FM to Anchor FM, which Anchor is owned by Spotify, so it's pretty good. I'm recording this through actually Anchor as we speak, so let's also try this out. I'll probably just like upload them instead, so I can get the guys from Discord on. But so far, it's pretty good right now. Um, but yeah, so I had to download every episode, get the description for every episode, and move it over to Anchor, and then just do that. I'm still trying to send the podcast feed off to other platforms we had, so still working on that. Actually, let me check Apple Podcast. All right, I forgot I do Apple Podcast. I kept getting like so many notifications, and I never paid attention to my storage. But when I looked, Apple Podcasts had like freaking like 40 gigabytes that was used. I'm like, what is this? And I go there's like all these episodes download. I'm like, why are you downloading episodes I told you not to download? Stop. So I just like, I'm just deleting it. I'm just deleting it. I was thinking about making the podcast a Spotify original or like, exclusively on Spotify. I was like, I mean, I could do that. I could just do on YouTube. One or two. I'll work on the side of that. I think some other stuff. Also join the Discord server if you want to possibly hop on an episode of the podcast. That's something I'm working on. Making two. Try to think of some other stuff to talk about. I think that's mostly about it. Also, our SmokedHam game pay-per-views. I'm working on making a schedule. Our next one is December 27th. It is called, I believe, Holiday Capital Rumble. So check that out, and I'll see you guys in about, well, it depends if you guys are watching this, probably a different day, but 6:20 on November 14th. I'll see y'all over at YouTube, hopefully, as I'm about to do a stream. So, see you guys later.